One of the areas that separates winners from losers is in the area of sexual purity, which we also refer to as immorality. Today we want to talk about wisdom keeping us from the path of immorality in this series that we have been on entitled Wisdom for Living. When you look at the book of Proverbs, chapter number 5, and beginning with verse 3, we read, "For the lips of an immoral woman drip honey, and her mouth is smoother than oil. But in the end, she is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword." And you can continue reading down there. You remember we said that this is about the spirit of immorality, not about a person really, or about just the female gender, because even wisdom was called a woman. So this is used to show us dangers of immorality all the way. But like I said before, the instruction was given originally to a male audience. That is why it's spoken in this way. So whatever we say about women would also apply to men. Verse 3 says that her lips drip honey, mouth is smoother than oil. That is a very attractive person, that they are dripping with honey, with goodies, with fun, with excitement. Their mouth is smoother than oil. They are very attractive. But the word of God says that in the end, she is bitter. She's going to lead you in trouble. In verse 8, the word of God says, "Remove your way far from her." In other words, get out of her path. I think we mentioned that in a previous video. And I said it may be that you avoid her path physically, but let me talk about another area that we may need to remove our way from: the immoral spirit in a woman or in a man. It can be pornography, pornographic sites. That place, the pornographic site, today is a place where the battle is being won of our lives, or of our morality. And you can avoid, in other words, verse 8 is saying you can take action. And one of the things you can do is to avoid her path. One of the ways you can do that is by controlling for yourself. You can decide, in your controls, in the settings, whatever software you are using to access the internet, that you're going to only go to sites that are safe, that don't have whatever they call adult content. You can decide if the temptation is a lot, because again, you must hold yourself and remove yourself from that path. Somebody can help you, but at the end of the day, you must put an effort. One of the other things you can do, and some guys have done this and succeeded, is to decide you will not use a computer in private. Is to decide that your computer will be in the sitting room where everybody is. Is to decide that if you go to a cyber cafe, you will not look for the last computer that is hidden, but you will stay where everyone can see you. That way, you have removed yourself from the path. Why? And as a pastor, this pornography business, I have talked to both men and women that have struggled with it. So again, it's gender, it's not gender sensitive. It says that you can give your honor to others if you continue in the path of the immoral woman or the immoral man, whatever the case might be. Now, because if you continue like that, you might end up getting children out of wedlock, and those children, then they are not even in your control, or they are not even in your space. Your blessing that should have come from those children go to help other people. They are foreigners. And some of our friends are very careless. They don't even know who they had intercourse with, who they slept with, and therefore the blessings that should be theirs go to their enemies. And then we are told from verse 11 onwards that at the end of your life you will mourn. You see, at the end of your life you're supposed to be celebrating. You're supposed to say like Paul, I have fought the good fight. I have run the race. I have won. I mean, the Lord has a prize for me. When I get there, the crown of glory is prepared for me. But for you, instead of celebrating at the end of your life, it will be mourning. You'll be full of regrets. You'll be saying, look where I am since I refused to listen. Verse 14. Then in verse 15, we are given the counsel here. Drink water from your own cistern. You don't have to be a detailed, deep theologian to understand. He's not talking about water in here. He's talking about do not get into sexual intimacy with a person who is not your spouse. Stay away from premarital or extramarital sex is the word. Because that path is going to lead you in the wrong direction. At the end of your life, you will regret. So that you don't regret, we advise you to follow the path of wisdom in this area of morality. And the idea is to leave the path that leads to destruction. Someone who is watching me knows that the path you're taking is not going the right direction. You keep hoping it will change, but you have to take some measures yourself. You have to stop walking the same path that leads to destruction. And when you do that, invite the Lord to help you. Pray to God, tell him to help you in walking the right path, and be accountable to one other person, at least a believer like you, of how you are moving from the wrong path to the right path. That's what wisdom leads us to do. And I pray that your life will be blessed. You will enjoy your marital life, whether now or in the future, and you will enjoy your walk with God. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Jotham Munene from CITAM Mombasa, and you're watching CITAM Church Online. Please send your comment or your questions through the social media platforms down on your screen. Thank you, and God bless you.